Hey guys, I'm gonna be doing a review on Codebreaker episode 7. As you know, guys, it's Sunday, and I'll be watching football today. And here's my jersey. Anyway, let's get to the review. Um, we learn interesting stuff in this chapter like every time. I mean, it's not an episode where Codebreaker anime does not leave us hanging with something, the goods. Um, we found out what the Codebreakers unavoidable destiny is, and what was wrong with them, and what happened to them in the last episode that weakened them. Uh, Apparently, there's once they use up too much of their special ability, it disappears, and it causes anomalies in their bodies, and which is called lost. The lost. It takes 24 hours to recover and get their powers back. Um, it only happened to Toki and Ogami. Um, and those by the way, the lost forms has a different effect on each Codebreakers. Like Ogami, when he gets lost, he passes out for like a couple hours or a few hours until he gets his powers back. Toki, he turns into a small child. That's what happens when they're lost in the lost form. And we figure that out. And on this episode, we also found out that what Hitomi's vendetta was, as I said on episode 6 review, that Hitomi had some beef between the Prime Minister and stuff. I knew they had beef, but in this episode, we found his vendetta is against Eden. Like I said, the other review, that Eden is not a person, it's an organization. The name might sound like a name of a particular person, but it's actually an organization, or a secret crime, whatever, government organization, syndicate, whatever. He has a vendetta against Eden, and somehow he needs for some reason, I don't know why, he's trying to get Sakura in this chapter. Oh yeah. Apparently, the whole reason why he planned that attack on the last episode that he planned that attack against Ogami, the last episode in Sakura, was to get Ogami to become lost, so he won't be able to fight against them. Never mind that. Hitomi's obviously a smart villain and a smart antagonist in this anime. He's a force to be reckoned with, and no Codebreakers can F with him. I mean, this is the first time out of all the episode, and I have reason to read this is the best episode because of this, that the Codebreakers get challenged. They have a challenge. They get challenged, and they get, most of them, Toki and Ogami in particular, Yuki, gets wiped away. I mean, their special abilities against him had like no effect. I mean, I know he's Codebreaker 1, but you'd think that one or two Codebreakers can have a little challenge against Codebreaker 1, but that's not the case. Yeah, in this episode, the Codebreakers gets challenged. Basically, the whole time Hitomi was fighting Ogami and all the other Codebreakers, he has his hands in his pockets, and this dude's just amazingly powerful. Another thing we see in this chapter, this episode, that was interesting was Sakura. We got a sense of how special she is. Unfortunately, Hitomi's about to do a big explosion attack with his hands. Big explosion shot against the Codebreakers, and Sakura, goes towards it and tries to block it to protect the rest of the Codebreakers, and nothing happens. And I'm like, it vanishes. I'm thinking like, what? Nothing happened to her? I mean, I was expecting like something special, something weird to happen between when Sakura touched the big explosion and electronic bomb Hitomi's So I kind of get a sense that she has the ability to absorb all the Codebreaker's attacks, their abilities. She has the ability to absorb their attacks, and that's why she's a rare species. And for some reason, that has something to do why Hitomi's after her for some reason, and also has something to do with why he wants vengeance against Eden. And oh yeah, there's something I want to point out too. I've noticed that Ogami only uses one hand for his special ability. I'm starting to get the feeling that he can only use his ability with one hand because he's the lowest rank. He's the lowest ranked Codebreaker. He's the weakest. Just from getting from all the other Codebreaker's attacks, some of them he can use two hands. Toki can use his powers with two hands. Yuki doesn't count. He uses powers with his mouth. And Ogami can only use his freaking his attacks with one hand. So obviously and apparently Ogami's the weakest out of all. I don't know if him be able to use his powers with one hand has something to do with his how far he is in strength. Has something to do with, but I'm thinking it has something to do with that. Maybe in the future episodes he'll finally we'll see him use his flames with both hands or something. I don't know. And I'm kind of looking forward to the next episode. Obviously, there's a lot of hangovers in this chapter. I mean, it's good to know what it gets revealed. Hitomi's vendetta and his plans are against Eden, and we also found out that Ogami and Hitomi had some relationship before. It gets we found this episode that apparently Ogami was his disciple or something. Hitomi was Ogami's teacher. And that's it, guys, for review. Hope you like it and subscribe. What do you think Sakura's ability and why she's so special because the Codebreaker's attacks don't work on her, or do you think Sakura's ability is to absorb all the Codebreaker's attacks? What's going to happen? What's going to happen on the next episode with the Prime Minister and Hitomi and do you think Hike and Hitomi are almost equally matched because Hike is code number 2, so I'm thinking like they're equally matched because he did manage to save Sakura or get Sakura from Hitomi. He did manage to do that, so I'm thinking they're equally matched. I'm interested. I want to see them fight a little bit more. Thanks for watching. That'll be all for today.